We welcome back to the Cafe in a very different role than what we've seen him here before, Shane Cortez. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Nice to see you. Now a very successful auctioneer with Harcourts, Cooper and Co. Tell us how you got into that.
It started a few years ago. I was just on a plane heading down to Queenstown to open the Queenstown Festival, and Chris Jones, who's a great friend of mine and my guitarist, suggested that I got into real estate, and I kind of let it go for a little bit, and then he kept talking, and then it all came about. And in fact, I was a pretty average real estate agent at the best of time, but it worked out that I was quite a good auctioneer. So
we've kind of seen you in this role a little bit before. Weren't you a quiz master or?
Oh, no, I did quizzes. Yeah, I went to quizzes. Right. Terrible quiz master.
No, you were not too bad from my memory. Are you still managing to do some performing now in amongst the auctioneering?
Not so much anymore. This has really taken over as a passion for mine, and it's not something you do on a part-time basis. I think if you're going to go into real estate, it's actually all or nothing. It's if you want to be good at it, and you're dealing with in Auckland alone, people's lives, people's greatest assets, and they tend to be 7 figures now, 7 figures plus. So it's not a part-time gig. No.
What do you love about it?
What do I love about it? Look, I love the legal side of it. I love the law side of it. I love the negotiating side of it. People often ask me, it must be reasonably easy for you because you can act and you can be an actor. And I said, with all due respect, it's actually the opposite of that, because it's like a dog smelling fear. You know, if I'm asking somebody in a room during a pause of an auction for another $25,000, that's a substantial amount of money.
Not acting.
I don't want them to see that I'm acting. I want to be genuine for them.
Wonderful, wonderful. Let's look at some of the great properties that you've brought us into show today.
Yeah.
We'll start with Manurere Ave in Takapuna.
Yes, Takapuna, Manurere Avenue. This is one of my favourite spots, and I can genuinely say it is one of my favourite spots because about 5 doors up from that particular home, my uncle lives. Uncle John and Auntie Sue, and so they've lived there for 25 years, so we go there every Christmas. So Manurere Avenue is just, it's kind of like a home to me, and it's an exciting place. It's right in the smack middle of Takapuna. Views out to Rangitoto, which this property gets. Views out over Lake Pupuki. You come straight off that deck having a beer, and you go downstairs, and if you're going to the theatre, to the Bruce Mason Centre, you're 5 minutes walk away, or you can head just a little bit longer and go to the beach. It's the total Takapuna living, this one. This has been in the tenure of ownership of this family for about 20 years, okay? And now it's empty. They've decided, the family and the trust has decided to pass it on to somebody new, and they've had many happy times there, as you can see. But it is time now to find a new owner. And this property is absolutely entry level to this avenue, and this avenue is an incredible place to be in the heart of Takapuna. So Team Gavin and Michelle there are recently engaged. And they're ready to take that to auction on the 15th of March.
Okay, so that is in 3 days' time. So get your skates on and go and have a look at this property if you're in for a family home in Takapuna. Let's move to Coatesville. What have you got in Coatesville?
Geez, Coatesville, this is absolutely a stunning place in Coatesville. Debs Wallace is looking after this one. She's kind of our queen of lifestyle properties out there. But this particular house is in one of those streets, one of those areas, the most kind of a regal street.
Look at that splashback.
That's an incredible splashback, an incredible kitchen. I love the fact there's a butler's pantry there. I always wanted a butler's pantry because I'm a messy dinner party sort of guy. But everything about this house is just screaming entertainment. It's also, when you're going out to Coatesville and you're going out to that area, it is out in the rural areas of Auckland. But as far as international cities go, it's pretty close to the heart of an exciting city. It's not that far away. But this house, just on a single level, offers everything for entertainers. So there's that kitchen, but that leads to that outdoor area and that sheltered area where the barbecues are and the pool.
I'm just thinking about the peace that you have in Coatesville.
The peace that you have in Coatesville is excellent. But the thing I really love about this house, just coming from my old occupation, is they have this theatre room, right? With tiered seating. It'd be like going to the movies every night. There you go. Absolutely perfect to sit down with the kids and watch something.
Okay, everybody in my ear is currently saying, I want it. Yeah. That's going to auction as well,
No, that one's actually going to tender.
Okay,
that one.
All right, well, I'll get you to tell us a little bit more about that very shortly.
Yeah, sure.
Let's flick back a little bit closer to the city, to Murray's Bay, which has got a lovely school, a lovely community, among other things.
Murray's Bay has been... the Murray's Bay area has been my family's beach of choice this summer. We'll talk about that. But this particular house is a new build. Chris Cunningham's looking after this one. He's from our Milford office. Fantastic agent.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's a new build, so it's weatherboard. It's up to code. Everything about it is just like move in. It's the ultimate kind of lock up and leave, but on a grander scale. And you would have seen some of the pictures. There's not a lot of backyard lawn, etc. like that, but they've designed it that way because there's 2 beaches nearby. So you've got Murray's Bay Beach, you've got Maringi Bay Beach, You've got the intermediate school there, Murray's Bay Primary, it's running at Toto zoned. That Murray's Bay, but here we go. So my son, Jet, 8 years old, right, he loves jumping off that, and what they call manus, or jumping off into the water. So we go down there, and that becomes their outdoor playground. So it's about getting kids off the Wi-Fi and getting them down.
Love it. Sounds like a good old slice of old New Zealand.
Good old Kiwi life.
That one's to auction as well.
That one goes to auction, unless sold prior, at 3 o'clock on Sunday the 15th of March again, so very close.
Busy day for you on that Sunday the 15th.
Yep.
And finally, let's finish off with Basewater, slightly closer to the city there.
Yeah, it is slightly closer to the city, but Vic and Jem are our two sort of resident young whippersnappers down in Devo, and they look after this one for us. But this is about buying big land. It's about land stocking.
Okay, tell me more.
It's an absolutely incredibly big piece of land, about 1,020 square metres more or less of section.
You get that in Auckland
anymore. You don't, but the house is beautiful. The flooring's amazing on it. They've staged it well. 3 strong bedrooms. It's kind of an entry level down to that area. But what I love about it is the outdoor area. Once again, it's got a big deck and it leads down to this almost a playground of section, and it's covered in fruit trees, and I can just imagine the kids getting out there and just storming through adventures in that as well. It's just a lovely area, and of course in that whole Basewater area is really growing poppy, and they've got the ferry across to the city, and this is just a good solid boned house with a lot of land.
Would somebody buy that for the house and not to bowl it and put 3 others on there, please? Because it looks like a gorgeous piece of land.
I know, but yeah, gosh, when they do. But that one goes to auction as well, but you've got a bit more time on that one because that one's the 18th of March, which is a Wednesday.
Sold prior. Okay.
Yep, and less sold prior, of course, but Wednesday the 18th of March, 6 o'clock on site.
Okay, so no pricing and no ballparks on any of those because it's just whoever turns up on the day, right?
It's really hard, and I know it's the most frustrating thing in the world for someone to say, look, you're the expert, you tell me what the price is, but to be absolutely honest, Carly, it's getting so hard to be an expert in guessing at the moment because we don't know where they're going to go. I've often taken a property to auction with a pre-auction offer, and then the same buyer has purchased it a little bit later for a considerably larger amount of money. Yeah. So I think if we move away from where the pricing conversation should be, you'll get an idea. So you'll ask any of these 4 wonderful agents about what sort of budget they should look at. They will help you along those lines with sales in the area that will determine how much budget you probably need. But more importantly, ask the question: look, why is the seller selling at the moment? Get the motivation for them, because you're going to spend a bit of money and doing your due diligence for it, so you need to know that they are going to sell on the day. So that's probably a better question than how much are they asking for, because you will genuinely know kind of where they're looking for, because in a lot of cases you're more of an expert at the moment than the age, because you're particularly looking for a 4-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and you've seen them all in the area.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for bringing us those 4 beautiful properties today. Nice to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Good luck with your auctions on Sunday.
Thank you very much.
They're selling well at auction. Everything's selling well at auction.
Yes, it's going pretty well at the moment.
He's got a smile on his face. Well, thank you for bringing us those beautiful properties today. If you would like more information about any of the properties we've discussed today, head to cooperandco.co.nz.